second legs of the Europa League and Conference League quarter-finals. We predicted the first legs a week ago now, and all of our games I thought were very, very interesting. Some in particular were pretty crazy. There were a couple shocks and a couple incredible games. So I'm gonna predict the second legs, but also doing a little bit of a review of the first legs, and we'll have a look as well how I did in terms of my predictions. Of course, as always, get in the comments below your predictions for the second legs and also any thoughts you had about the first legs. Love to hear them, and we'll see if any of you can predict any of these games correct. So as for the first legs, we'll start with Europa League. I actually predicted Benfica to beat Marseille 2-1, and it was 2-1. And I also predicted Leverkusen would win 2-0 against West Ham, and it was 2-0, so we're after a fantastic start here. 2 correct scores, that's pretty good. But this one, I don't think anybody, even the most optimistic Atalanta fan, would have predicted Liverpool to lose 3-0 at Anfield to Atalanta. So yeah, I mean, no shame in that. And I did get this one fairly poor here. AC Milan 2-0. I predicted against Roma and they lost 1-0. So I got these two wrong, but I got correct scores on those two. So I'm actually pretty happy with that, to be fair. But anyway, let's get into the quarter-final predictions for the Europa League. So Marseille Benfica. First leg finished 2-1 to Benfica. They predicted that right. Now, when I predicted that, I actually predicted that Marseille would turn this around in the second leg. I thought Benfica would win 2-1 and then Marseille would go in the second leg and beat them. Do I still think that now? I'm not sure. I mean, Marseille, they've lost again in the league. Look at that form, it's really, really bad by them. I'll be honest, I didn't really watch too much of this game. I watched a couple of the highlights of the game, as it was primarily, the problem with Europa League is all 4 of these games come on at the same time, which is really frustrating. So I couldn't really keep up with all of them. I had to sacrifice some. I was mainly focusing on West Ham, Leverkusen, Roma, Milan, and then when the stuff at Atalanta folded, I switched over to Atalanta's game. So I never really watched too much of the Benfica Marseille game. But from what I saw, Benfica recently lost to Sporting, which is a big game, to be fair, in the race for the title. Marseille not on good form. I did predict Marseille to turn this tie around in the second leg. I thought Marseille would win. I got the first leg prediction right, so maybe I just stick with my instinct here. But I don't know. I think it's gonna be a tight one. I think it's gonna be 1-1. I think it'll be a draw, and I think Benfica are actually going through. Initially predicted Marseille, but I just have a feeling out Benfica. I think Marseille might actually take the lead, but I think Marseille are going to unfortunately go out, and Benfica are going to go through. Right, West Ham Leverkusen. I can comment on this game a little bit more because I did actually watch this game. So it ended 2-0 the first leg to Leverkusen, as I did predict. Firstly, I need to say, because I haven't actually said it in the video yet, massive congratulations to Bayer Leverkusen. They are confirmed as Bundesliga champions, so absolutely sensational stuff by them to win the league. Was it their first time ever for them? Yeah, so incredible stuff by them and Xabi Alonso. Now, this is bad news for West Ham because not of this game now. The league doesn't really matter. Of course, they are chasing the invincible status as well, so it does matter. But the Europa League and DFB Pokal matters a lot more now than the league for them, which is not good news at West Ham. Now, in terms of the first leg, I mean, Leverkusen battered West Ham. To be honest, I think West Ham had like 2 shots in the entire game. They did nothing, absolutely nothing going forward. But to be fair, the West Ham game plan almost worked. It was 1-0 for quite a while. I mean, it was 0-0 for actually quite a while. Fabianski pulled off some fantastic saves. But then Leverkusen late on, as they always do, find a way. Victor Boniface got the second, oh no, he got the first. And then he conceded late on. What you see, 1-0 is not bad for West Ham. That's okay. You know, you would back yourselves to potentially at home turn that around. 2-0 though against a team like Bayer Leverkusen, gonna have to beat them by 2 goals, considering they've never been beaten this season. To beat them by 2 goals, let alone 1, is a big ask. So I don't think West Ham can do it. They're also gonna miss Lucas Paquetá because he is suspended. Picked up a yellow card in that game against Leverkusen. And Paquetá is such a big miss because if they were going to get anything from this, it was going to come through him. Jared Bowen as well, I'm not sure if he's going to be back in time with his injuries, and even if he is back, he's not going to be 100%. So with that lack of firepower, I don't think West Ham are going to turn this around. But the question is, can they at least beat Leverkusen, or will Leverkusen continue to be invincible? Because of course Leverkusen want to go through, but I think that's probably their aim here. They'll probably just take a little draw, a simple draw. I think Leverkusen will go there, be fairly cautious, don't want to give away the first goal. If West Ham do get the first goal and take the lead, then maybe this tie does change, but I think Leverkusen will go there, and I think Leverkusen will go there and beat them 2-1. I think Leverkusen will score first, and Leverkusen will do what Leverkusen have been doing all season really. They'll probably rotate the side quite a bit, so I reckon Patrick Schick will play and he'll score. But yeah, I think I'm actually going to play the 2 times boost there. I feel that Leverkusen are going to beat West Ham. West Ham have not been in great form recently, lost to Fulham as well in the league. So yeah, I think Leverkusen can do the double over West Ham. Okay, on to a crazy tie now. Atalanta 3, Liverpool 0 going into the second leg. I mean, wow. Yeah, just wow. No one was expecting that. An absolute battering from Atalanta. I mean, Gasperini, this guy deserves huge props for Atalanta. What he's done with them over the last, 5 years or so has been nothing short of insane. He's definitely one of the most underrated managers out there because I don't really hear him get spoken about, for any top jobs. He should be, because I think this game proved it. Their man-to-man system just works so effectively. They're one of the best teams in the world in terms of man marking, and yeah, they absolutely destroyed Liverpool, and they fully deserved it as well. It wasn't a fluke. They deserved to win 3-0. They even had more chances. They completely cut through Liverpool. Scamacca. Ironically, West Ham flop went to Liverpool and beat them, and I think he scored a brace, didn't he? So yeah, Atalanta were absolutely terrific. Now Liverpool did have a couple chances in that game. They didn't take them though early on and were punished. Liverpool were really bad in this game. They have of course also lost to Crystal Palace, as updated, in their previous game at home again. So Liverpool are going through a bit of a dry patch. Their finishing in particular recently has been woeful. So the question is, can Liverpool turn it around? We of course know Liverpool have a history of turning around games like this. think if Atalanta scored a first goal, I think the tie is completely dead. Now Liverpool, to be fair, as I said, they have been really bad at missing chances recently, but they've been creating them. So maybe in this game, if they can just have a bit of clinical nature to them and keep creating those chances, they can definitely score 3 goals for sure. But I'll be stunned if they turn it around. I would be stunned. This would be probably even more impressive than the Barcelona one, because they're now going away from home to Bergamo. Atalanta are good at home. The way they got outplayed as well, yeah, was really concerning. I mean, Liverpool, they'll probably go for it a bit more now, to be fair, after that loss. You know, the Premier League title is looking a bit ropey, so they might go full strength for this. But I think Atalanta, the way Gasperini, they're not going to be complacent at all. I think it's going to be a 1-1. I think it might be a 1-1. I think Liverpool might score the first goal, but it'll be late second half. It'll be like 1-0 up, and then Atalanta will come out and score. I think it'll be 1-1. I mean, Atalanta go through, but you know, anyone thinking that this tie is 100% done is not. You know, I mean, I would be shocked, but I wouldn't be like completely shocked if I came back here in a couple of weeks' time and I'm looking at Liverpool in the semi-final and predicting them in there. But here I do have Atalanta going through. Okay, and Roma AC Milan. So the first leg ended 1-0 to Roma, which is a huge result. That's a massive result for Roma away at the San Siro to beat them. Daniel Tolossi, I mean, this guy deserves huge props. What he's managed to do with Roma, you know, they were quite defensive in this game, as they should be. They're going away to the San Siro in the first leg, but they did exactly what they needed to do, playing on that counter-attack, scoring a goal, and then defensively really solid. AC Milan, disappointing. They're going to need a big result here at Roma, but going to the Stadio Olimpico, Roma are very strong at home. Roma are in good form. I mean, they did recently have their game suspended, unfortunately, with Evan Ndika like collapsing on the field, which is very unfortunate. Hopefully he is okay, but yeah, he'll be missing from the game. And I mean, that's not ideal preparation for a game like this. Milan did, I think, draw in their last game 3-3. Can Milan turn it around? I mean, from what I saw, I'm not sure. Milan can score two goals or win by 2 goals away from home against Roma. That's a bit of an ask. So I do believe that Milan are going to draw 1-1, meaning Roma are going to go through. I think Roma will score first. I think Lukaku will get back on the score sheet again, and yeah. So I'll have then Benfica versus. Wait, how does it work out again? Oh yeah, okay. So I'll have Benfica versus Atalanta in the semi-final, and I'll have Bayer Leverkusen versus Roma in the other semi-final. That is my final Europa League prediction. I think initially I had Marseille going through, I had Liverpool going through, Leverkusen, and I had Milan going through, so I've completely changed it after those first legs. Right, anyway, let's go on to the Conference League then. So Conference League, quarter-final first legs. So I predicted Fiorentina would beat Victoria Pleasant 2-1, it was 0-0. I said Fenerbahce would be Olympiakos 2-0, it was actually 3-2 Olympiakos. I said Villa would beat Lille 1-0, it was 2-1. I said Club Brugge would beat PAOK 2-1, it was 1-0. In my So as for the second legs, so Fiorentina Victoria Pleasant, I did actually watch this game, and I mean, it was not a nice watch. It was not a nice watch. Victoria Pleasant just completely parked that bus, had some moments on the counter attack. Fiorentina really struggled to break them down, but they weren't necessarily playing with tons and tons of urgency. I think they were quite comfortable go back at home, back themselves to go beat Victoria Pleasant. Victoria Pleasant didn't really offer too much going forward, but to be fair, defensively were very, very solid. And I think they're going to go away from home and do the exact same thing and try and nick something on the break. I think Fiorentina will struggle to break them down in terms of it will be like a late one. I think it will be like 0-0 for quite a while, and then Fiorentina will just about find a way to get past Victoria Pleasant. So I think it'll just be a 1-0. I think it'll just be a 1-0. Yeah, Fiorentina are the better side for Victoria Pleasant. I'll be shocked if Victoria Pleasant went and beat them, but yeah, I just think Victoria Pleasant very, very pragmatic, very negative side, which made it hard for Fiorentina. But in the end, Fiorentina, yeah, with the amount of pressure they'll apply, Victoria Pleasant will find a goal to beat them. Okay, Lille Aston Villa. So this was a very, very good first leg. 2-1 ended Aston Villa, who looked quite good in this game. They looked quite good, but I will say it's finally poised. This game is finally poised. Now, when I predicted this, initially I had Villa winning, but I said that Lille would actually potentially turn it around in the second leg. And do I still believe that? I think they actually can. Even though they are 1-0 down, that crucial goal late on is absolutely massive. Because at 2-0, that's quite a tall ask to turn it around, but 2-1, just one goal, that is perfectly fine. So I do believe Lille are well in with a shout. And Lille looked pretty decent. They looked pretty decent in that first leg. I don't think they were that much worse. I thought Villa were the better side, but Lille had their moments and troubled Aston Villa very much. And going at home now, they're definitely going to back themselves with their crowd. I think they're going to go for it a bit more than they did in this game. And you know, Villa going to have to be wary. I mean, Villa are coming off the back of a fantastic win at Arsenal, but to be fair, they did go full strength. It was a very grueling game as well, so maybe that has taken something out of Emery knows though how to go away from home. I think they're just going to go away with a lead. That was really what Villa needed, and sit back pragmatic and just hold it out for as long as they can. Kind of similar to what they did in the first half. First Arsenal just sit back and soak up the pressure for as long as they can, and then second half maybe go for it a little bit, try and get a goal for a bit of security. Can they hold out like that? I actually do think Lille will score in the first half. I think it'll be 1-0 Lille in the first half. Villa will then come out of their shell now, knowing that they need to score. I think the game will be very open. I actually think it's going to be a really, really good game. And I actually do believe, maybe it's a shock to some people, I think they're turning it around. I think Lille are turning it around. I don't know. I just have this faith in Lille. From what I saw, they looked pretty decent, and I think, you know, that was not the best Lille. They can do a lot more than that, and I think they're gonna do it. Go Jonathan David. Yeah, I think Lille might do it and shock people here. I'm going for a shock. 2-0 Lille, turn it around and knock out Aston Villa. I mean, it's not really that big of a shock because Lille are a good side, but I think the general consensus is that Aston Villa are going through here, but I don't know, I'm back in Lille. Okay, Olympiakos Fenerbahce now. This was a pretty mad game because Olympiakos went 2-0 up fairly early on in this first leg and then made it 3-0. And at 3-0 you're thinking, okay, this tie is basically done, but in typical Olympiakos and because Fenerbahce fought back and made it 3-2, which is crucial because they now go at home in the second leg with just 1 goal deficit, which is massive, absolutely massive, and Olympiakos have completely messed this up now. But to be fair, I mean, Olympiakos, you know, they're a bit of a weird side. We saw them at last tie. Actually, I can just get it up, isn't it? Here, they lost 4-1 at home, and then in the second leg, they just completely blitzed them, winning 6-1 in extra time. So, I mean, Olympiakos are a mad side. They can score goals when they need to. I mean, we saw the best and the worst side of them in here. Fenerbahce, though, going at home. Fenerbahce are strong at home. Very good atmosphere is going to be there. Hostile place to go. Can they turn it around? I think they can. I think it's going to be 2-1 Fenerbahce. 2-1 Fenerbahce, meaning that this one is going into extra time. And in extra time, I think that Olympiakos are going to win on pens. I think Olympiakos will win on pens. Fenerbahce will take the lead. Let's go for Dzeko. He loves European competitions. But yeah, I think Olympiakos win on pens. Fenerbahce take this extra time. Okay, and finally PAOK versus Club Brugge. First leg ended 1-0 to Club Brugge. I'll be honest, I didn't really watch too much of this game. I was watching the other games and the Europa League games. But yeah, PAOK lost 1-0 in the game. Club Brugge with the victory. I mean, that's a pretty good result if you're PAOK, because 1-0, you're still in this tie. You're definitely in this tie. Away from home, going to Brussels, that's tough. They're going to back themselves now at home to potentially turn this around. This is very interesting. This is why I really like the Conference League, because these second legs, you know, we've got Lille going at home, 1 goal deficit to turn around. Fenerbahce at home, 1 goal deficit to turn around. PAOK, 1 goal deficit at home to turn around. So it's gonna be interesting. I predicted all these two to turn it around. Well, not entirely Fenerbahce. What I predict PAOK to turn it around as well. You know what? Just because I completely messed up their name last time and called them Panathinaikos, I need to give them something. So I'm predicting them to win 2-0. PAOK going through. They're the team I'm supporting in Conference League now, just because I completely messed them up. And I felt bad because they're rivals. But yeah, PAOK are winning this. They're turning around. I'm backing the boys. I am backing the boys. Samata, the ex-Villa guy, scoring. Come on, PAOK. Anyway, so in the Conference League, I have Fiorentina going through, Lille going through, Olympiakos going through, and PAOK. Let me get the bracket up actually, because does this mean PAOK and Olympiakos face each other? That would be blockbuster, by the way. That would be absolutely amazing. Lille, Olympiakos. No, it doesn't. PAOK, Fiorentina. Okay, so I have a Lille, Olympiakos semi and Fiorentina, PAOK. Imagine PAOK, Olympiakos final. That would be amazing for us. And PAOK win it. Anyway, there we go. Those are my predictions for the Europa League and the Conference League. Let me know if you agree or disagree with those predictions. If you have enjoyed this video, please leave a like. Consider subscribing. I'll see